then turned out to a full event. I want us to think about, as we spend a lot of time on our problems. And we can be the greatest professors. We can be, the Leonardo da Vinci's of how we are able to express our problems, but we have to be the greatest cultivators and expressors of our solutions and as they exist, because that's what instills the confidence to be able to implement those things and have execution, in the strategy and our plans that we do today. And so the idea is that although all of our problems have manifested and existed, they're not supposed to suck all of our time of thinking. Our time of thinking has to go into the direction of what our solutions are to eliminate those problems and actually get to our dreams. Because we're talking about ending oppression. We're not talking about our black dreams. And the idea is that, and I came to this thought culmination in doing my research, because during 1995, you had the Million Man March, right? 2 million black men come together for atonement. Even the first black president was there, and I thought about that and I said, that's powerful. And then I had to ask myself, well, what was happening at the same time? And at the same time, that's when the internet was going through its biggest revolution. It's when Netscape was being IPO'd, and it changed the way stocks even IPO'd without having a company's evaluation. It was the same time that social media was being brought out, because those guys that was watching the internet was saying that this is going to be the biggest revolutionary thing. But we were so captivated by all of the problems that we have to deal with, we didn't have enough energy in the mind to even think about this thing called the internet collectively, so that our parents didn't start .coms and really get into that tech revolution. Now, that's not to say that there wasn't a lot of key black people creating and being involved in the internet, but as a mass movement, we weren't focused on our dreams.
Bitcoin, the same thing right now.
Yeah, the whole cryptocurrency, blockchain, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, machine learning versus deep learning. The entirety of it is something that we have to be a part of so that we can control that movement and utilize these tools. Because the way the Minister Farrakhan was able to do the second Million Man March is he used the internet after they tried to close him out from media. They blackballed him, but he was able to come back and create another march, not using the media source, because they tried to put out propaganda against them, and that backfired. And it only let people know what a march was. And so the internet, I look at it is our tool. Technology is our tool for advancement. It was a reason those shifts happened at the same time. And if you look at fast forward now, the last march was the women's march. At first it was a men's march, and men represent the conscious, women represent the subconscious. So the new shift is we have to deal with everything at the root of our subconscious activity. And that's how you change a paradigm, is on a subconscious level. And that's why the women has to be raised up, because that is the solution. And that's why so many women are in politics right now, are in fields of tech and industry and in the stocks and all of these different things. You're seeing all of these beautiful black women doing these things, but at the same time, they're trying to pit the black woman against the black man for that reason. Because if one rides without the other, then there's no balance. But if they both ride together, then we take over the planet. You know what I mean? So if anytime you want to have a conversation with anybody, and if somebody's coming with some anxiety or depressive thought, if you want to shift the conversation, you focus on their strengths. You focus on the things that they're good at to even reverse that energy within a conversation. And then in black people, we have to propagate the conversation towards our strengths, our values, and our dreams and ideas, and the execution that we can use in order to build outward. Because we don't have excuses anymore. We only have reasons now. We only have tools now. And of course, we have to get past the white patriarchal intellect, meaning everything that stimulates from his mind, his time, his design, everything. Like, I don't know who designed this building. Where the good brother at?
I think he left.
Oh, he left?
Oh, no.
Who did the design for this building?
I did.
See, I can tell it was a black man that did this. You know what I'm talking about? If it was a white man, it wouldn't look this good. You know what I'm talking about? We in the black intellectual, a design right here. And I want to get to a world where we get to see our designs around us instead of square cubicles of programming, because everything is meant to just program us. You know what I mean? But when we design things, we not design things with that square white patriarchal intellect now, because we've been here so long. We reference some of his thoughts in our construction, but we're always going to add that Wakanda twist to it. That this is a scientific laboratory, but it got graffiti on the wall, because that's how we truly would design things. So I want us to get to that point of what type of world will we create if it was based off our minds? You know what I mean? We wouldn't even go off the clock system. We were given that. We wouldn't even go off the language. We was given that. We wouldn't go off his religion. We was given that. We wouldn't go off these excuses. We were given that. So even when we celebrate the first black person, we're only celebrating our opposition of oppression. We're not really celebrating our greatness and our evolution, because we're talking about that's the first black person that did it, but that only the first black person is because we've been oppressed and not given those opportunities to do something. So that's not really a reason to celebrate. A reason to celebrate is to do something, because that's our dream that we're fulfilling, to evolve and come together as a people. So, just wanted to leave that thought in the minds of us, because we no longer have excuses. We have every single tool of power. And when we look at it like that, it allows us to ask the right questions. And when you ask the right questions, you get to, like, here's the thing. If everybody asks themselves, how can I